It sounds fascinating to look at an ancient underwater city, doesn't it? That's exactly what four young girls thought. Sasha and Mia are stepsisters, but their relationship is far from perfect. They don't get along, and what's saddest, they don't consider each other a real family. Both study at a girls' school where Mia is regularly bullied. One day, a particularly brazen group of girls pushed her right into the pool, causing her backpack and all her textbooks to get completely wet. This incident only deepened the gap between the sisters because Sasha did not stand up for Mia. Sasha's mom married Mia's dad, and so they became one family. During one of the dinners at the table, Mia's father, Grant, who is an experienced scuba diver, enthusiastically demonstrates his new find, a white shark tooth. He found it when he was exploring an underwater city that archaeologists will soon come to explore. He has prepared a special gift for the girls that he believes would bring them closer together. A trip on a tourist yacht and a unique opportunity to watch sharks through glass. But Sasha already has plans with her friends, which she now reluctantly has to cancel. The next day, the sisters were getting ready to leave on the yacht when they suddenly saw Catherine, the same girl who had pushed Mia into the pool. Catherine was also going to be on the yacht, and just seeing her spoiled Mia's mood, filling her with anxiety. But then Sasha's friends Alexa and Nicole arrived. They wanted to show Sasha some cool place and actively campaigned for her to go with them. They took Mia with them, and the four of them went to a remote secret location. This mysterious location was shown to Alexa by Ben, Mia's father's assistant. He is also a scuba diver. Instead of walking along the path, Nicole immediately dives into the water without hesitation, followed by Alexa, who jumps in with no less determination. With a heart-stopping fear, but together with Sasha, Mia jumped into the water as well. The girls had a great time swimming. During their water activities, they found a lot of diving equipment, which, as it turned out, Mia's dad had brought for a team of archaeologists who were soon to arrive to explore a sunken underwater city. This city turned out to be an ancient Mayan city that was built in catacombs so that its citizens could hide from the Spanish conquistadors. Over time, sea levels rose and the city was completely submerged. Alexa recently swam with Ben into the city's first cave, though not for long. Even though it was scary, she assured her friends that it was very cool, with ancient statues, mysterious patterns, and an incredible atmosphere. Nicole, full of enthusiasm, was carried away by the idea and decided to go there immediately. They have all the equipment, so what are they waiting for? Sasha is hesitant, and Mia also feels an inner resistance, anticipating danger. The most careless of the four is Nicole. Although she knows nothing about diving, dives right in without even listening to Alexa's instructions. Alexa emphasizes that movements underwater should be small and precise, so as not to disturb the water and waste excess oxygen. She shows the way and instructs them to check the pressure gauges. The cylinders are 100% full of oxygen, which gives them enough time. The girls turned on their flashlights, which cut through the darkness of the underwater world, and swam into the cave. The cold stone walls that surrounded them did not inspire confidence, but they trusted Alexa and moved deeper. The corridor was getting narrower and narrower. This place is definitely not for claustrophobic people, and its walls were decorated with interesting patterns. Alexa turned on the light, and ancient statues appeared in front of them. They seemed so realistic that their facial expressions gave them an eerie feeling. The girls were in awe of the carvings on the stones and remembered that people used to be sacrificed on these very altars, which added even more mystique to the place. Suddenly, Nicole saw some movement. She was absolutely sure that something was there. Nicole, who had just been in a playful mood and bold, is now tense, her eyes anxious. And Sasha and Mia try to lighten the mood with jokes, although their inner unease is growing. As agreed, they reached the place, looked at the amazing statues, and it was time to go back. But Nicole, despite the agreement, moved deeper into the corridor again, demonstrating her stubbornness and recklessness. Why put the whole group under such stress? They swam after her and saw a strange blind fish, the Mexican tetra. At such a depth, where there is eternal darkness, there is no light, so they don't need eyes. When Nicole tried to touch the fish, it startled her with a sudden movement. All this noise and chaotic movements caused a terrible collapse of rocks. The connection disappeared, the girls could not see each other. The water was filled with ancient ash, and nothing could be seen. Panic gripped them, each felt trapped. Suddenly, Mia met Ben. He works here. Oh, thank God. Alexa swam up to them, and the girls, trying to hide their fright, made excuses to the boy that they were just curious to see the statues. It's time to get out of here before Mia's dad finds out. This is a place for professionals, not for random passing girls. But suddenly all their plans are cut short in one terrifying second. Ben is ruthlessly attacked by a huge shark that appears out of nowhere. All the water is filled with blood, which makes their hearts clench in terror. Barely having time to explain everything to each other, the girls, shocked but with an instinct for self-preservation, united and swam rapidly back. In the narrow tunnel, the shark tries to attack Sasha, and these powerful thrusts cause the shaky walls of the tunnel to collapse, bringing down even more rocks. Now the whole group is stuck here. It's a real underwater maze, and they have no idea how to find a way out of this deadly trap. Mia sees a rope and earlier Ben told them about a guiding sign. The rope was supposed to lead them to the place of research. When Mia's father opened a new cave, the shark did not touch him, which gave them a vague hope. Now, the girls' manometers show 35 to 40%, less than half. Is this enough oxygen to survive? The girls plan to stick together, realizing that this is the only way they have a chance. This rope is their only way to survive, and the rope leads deep down an ancient, almost ruined staircase. They came across a creepy place with many human skulls. These were the catacombs. The city was built on the spot where people were buried, which only emphasized the depressing atmosphere. They have to keep going, but the rope suddenly runs out. Alexa panics, convinced that this is a path to nowhere, and they are all going to die. Full of last hope, they call out for Grant, Mia's father. But the only one who hears them is the shark, which has emerged from the darkness. Holding their breath, the sisters prepare for the worst. Nicole's pressure gauge was beeping, and an alarm sounded. Air low. They barely escaped. The metal grate saved them, becoming a temporary barrier against the predator. They hope that Mia's father is close and that help will arrive in time. The girls are finally able to breathe above water, not scuba gear. But they are in an airbag. There is too little oxygen to last long, and there is no open space. Mia, overcoming her fear, saw a tunnel when she dove deeper. Music is coming from there. It's Grant's second partner, working right under the gaze of the ancient eerie statues, completely absorbed in his work. The music suddenly goes off in the middle of the song, and the partner, surprised by the silence, looks around. Is now facing death. The last thing he saw was the sharp teeth of a shark approaching at an amazing speed. Mia, desperate, tries to call out to her father. She has found a tracker. Girls call out to Mia. The signal is very bad, and she can't reach them. But, thank God, it's Grant. Her father is here. He's alive. He tells her to be quiet. There's a shark around. Mia quickly explained the situation to him, telling him about the death of Ben and his partner, about the collapse, about how their oxygen is running low. They need to swim for the girls first, and then get out of here as soon as possible. While she and her father were going to them, the girls came out to meet them. The shark is behind Mia, but the girls take turns distracting the shark by making sound from different directions, which disorients the animal. In the narrow tunnel, the shark almost overtook them, but altogether, the five of them, they finally saw daylight, the sky, which they had been longing to see when they escaped from the underwater nightmare. Now, all that was left was to get to land. Grant had already fixed the necessary equipment for the ascent, and Alexa would be the first to go up. Just as they breathe a sigh of relief, they realize with horror that the shark has broken through the tunnel. Its fury knows no bounds. It is right below them, its huge mouth opening like the gates of hell. In a panic, Nicole jumps on the rope without thinking about the others, but the rope cannot hold two people. Because of her irresponsible and selfish actions, Alexa, who was attached to the rope for lifting, flips headlong into the water, and the shark almost bites her head off. Nicole managed to get to the top, in spite of everything, but at that moment, the rope could not withstand the load and broke, falling down. Although Nicole tried to save herself by holding onto a cliff edge, she could not hold on and fell back into the water, falling victim to a shark, which instantly swallowed her. Oh no, not just one. Now there are two of them in the pond. The predators have smelled the blood. Alexa, with the last of her strength, turned on the sound signal, desperately hoping that someone would hear them. It seems that the sound drove the sharks away, at least for a little. There is no other way. They have to dive back into this dark abyss. Staying here is death, and they have to stay together, because only unity gives them a chance. Grant is confident, trying to keep the girls' spirits up, but the tragic happens. Right in the middle of his motivational monologue and instructions on how to proceed, the shark ruthlessly eats him, right in front of his daughter. Grief and despair gripped Mia. There is no choice. They have to do as he said. His last words made sense. All that is visible in the darkness under the red light is a huge shark's mouth fading into the depths. A strong stream carries them deeper into the cave, although Mia tried to save her, but Sasha was swept down to the very depths, into the unknown. Is she dead? Mia feels an unbearable pain of loss. Even though she thought she didn't consider Sasha a sister, she still has an attachment to her as a close person. Alexa assures her that Sasha is dead and there is no chance. The girl's task is to crawl along the stones and get to the opposite side to find a safe way through. But right out of the darkness, a shark swam out and pulled Alexa in. In a panic, the girl took off her mask and died, not from the shark, but by drowning from lack of oxygen. In any case, the last thing she felt was extreme fear. Mia was pulled down, but suddenly her hand was grabbed. It was Sasha. She was alive. It was an incredible miracle. The girls, having experienced so many horrors, were sure they would die here, in this underwater trap. Sasha apologizes, saying that it was all her fault that they ended up here, that if they had just sailed on that yacht, none of this would have happened. She feels a huge burden of guilt. The stream is too strong, it carries them further into the abyss, but it's not a good idea to stand still either. So the girls, gathering their last strength, move on to one of the calmer tunnels. At least it seems so at first glance. Mia sees a ray of light breaking through the gap, but it's too narrow to get through with scuba gear. The shark is already breathing down her back, and she has no choice but to go into the narrow tunnel. The oxygen level in the scuba gear is already running out, the last seconds. Sasha swam first, taking off her scuba gear, and Mia does the same, but gets caught in the equipment and gets stuck. Without hesitation, Sasha pulls the girl by the hand, and the sisters, united by a shared desire to survive, swim towards the light, together. They are alive. It's hard to believe that after all the challenges, the two of them managed to overcome this nightmare. They scream for help when they see a ship, the tourist yacht that the girls were supposed to be on from the very beginning. But wait, blood. A man standing on the deck throws shark bait directly into the water to lure predators to swim near the yacht's windows for the entertainment of tourists. With each meter they swim, the girls get closer not only to the windows of the yacht, but also to the sharks circling nearby. They knock on the windows, begging for help. Mia is the first aboard, with her last strength, but at that moment, Sasha is pulled in by a shark right in front of the people watching this horror. Mia grabs a flare gun she sees on the yacht's staff and dives back into the water without hesitation. She can't leave her sister behind. She shot straight at the shark, and the animal, wounded, let the girl go. To say it was heroic is an understatement, but obviously this was not the end. Mia was also grabbed by another shark that had swum up unnoticed. However, in the last impulse of struggle, the girl remembers the shark's tooth that her father gave her, and with all her strength hits the animal's eye, which makes it let her go. Both girls are finally on board, injured, exhausted, but alive. They have survived this crazy challenge. After losing their father and friends along the way, they ended up on the boat they were supposed to sail on from the very beginning, but their journey turned out to be much more frightening and tragic. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for new interesting episodes, and may you only see such adventures in movies, not in real life.